In an age driven by innovation and global connectivity, few names are as prominent as Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Facebook, now Meta. Recognized as one of the world's youngest billionaires and a leading figure in modern technological advancement, Zuckerberg is often viewed purely through the lens of Silicon Valley and Western academia. However, a deeper look into his intellectual journey reveals a surprising and profound connection with classical Islamic thought, particularly through the work of the 14th century North African polymath Ibn Khaldun. This essay explores how Zuckerberg studied Ibn Khaldun and was positively influenced by his teachings, as well as how Islamic intellectual traditions have found resonance in the principles guiding some of the world's most influential minds. In 2015, Zuckerberg launched his personal challenge project called A Year of Books, in which he aimed to read a new book every 2 weeks and discuss it publicly. One of the most notable selections on this list was Muqaddimah, Introduction, a monumental work by Ibn Khaldun. Zuckerberg described the book as a history of the world written by an intellectual who lived in the 1300s, acknowledging that it was a classic work in Islamic history and sociology. The inclusion of this book among other modern works signals not only a curiosity for non-Western knowledge systems, but a genuine appreciation for the depth and relevance of Islamic scholarship. The Muqaddimah is widely regarded as a foundational text in the fields of sociology, historiography, economics, and political science. Written in 1377, it outlines the principles of social cohesion, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the cyclical nature of political power. Ibn Khaldun's insights precede the works of Machiavelli and Adam Smith by centuries, showcasing the intellectual maturity of the Islamic Golden Age. For Zuckerberg to read and promote this book signifies an acknowledgement of its continued relevance, and perhaps an influence on his worldview. One of Ibn Khaldun's central theories is asabiyyah, or social cohesion. He argued that civilizations rise when there is a strong sense of group solidarity and fall when that cohesion weakens due to corruption, decadence, or complacency. Zuckerberg, at the helm of a platform designed to connect people globally, likely found these ideas striking. Facebook's original mission, to make the world more open and connected, can be seen as a modern effort to facilitate asabiyyah on a global scale. Zuckerberg's emphasis on community building, particularly through features like Facebook groups and the shift toward the metaverse, echoes the sociological concerns of Ibn Khaldun, how societies are formed, sustained, and eventually decline. Additionally, Ibn Khaldun's cyclical theory of history, in which dynasties and societies rise, peak, and fall in predictable patterns, may have informed Zuckerberg's awareness of institutional fragility and the importance of innovation. In a rapidly evolving tech world, companies that fail to adapt, much like empires in Ibn Khaldun's analysis, can quickly become obsolete. Facebook's rebranding to Meta, for instance, reflects a conscious effort to stay ahead of the curve and not become a relic of the early 2000s internet. Moreover, Ibn Khaldun emphasized the role of knowledge, ILM, and moral integrity in governance and leadership. He warned against leaders who pursue material gain without spiritual or ethical grounding. This idea resonates deeply in today's discourse about responsible technology. Zuckerberg's recent public stances on privacy, misinformation, and ethical AI development, though controversial, may reflect a growing sensitivity to these classical warnings about unchecked power and the moral responsibilities of leadership. Beyond Ibn Khaldun, Zuckerberg has expressed broader interest in religious and philosophical traditions. In a 2016 Facebook post, he revealed that he was no longer an atheist and emphasized the importance of faith in giving people hope. While he did not specify adherence to any single religion, he acknowledged the value that faith traditions, including Islam, offer in shaping moral character and community life. Islamic teachings emphasize knowledge-seeking, ILM, justice, ADL, intention, niyyah, and communal responsibility, ummah, all of which align with themes in Zuckerberg's personal and professional philosophy. The Islamic Golden Age, which fostered polymaths like Ibn Sina, Avicenna, Al-Farabi, and Al-Ghazali, was marked by a harmony of reason, revelation, and human welfare. This heritage contrasts with the compartmentalized knowledge systems of modernity, offering instead a holistic model that combines scientific inquiry with ethical responsibility. For a tech entrepreneur navigating ethical dilemmas in artificial intelligence, data privacy and content moderation, the balanced framework of Islamic thought provides not only historical insight, but practical guidance. Ibn Khaldun's moral warnings about tyranny and societal decay are particularly relevant in debates over surveillance, algorithmic bias, and the commodification of human attention. Zuckerberg's study of Ibn Khaldun is not merely an intellectual indulgence, but part of a broader effort to understand and integrate diverse cultural frameworks. In 2017, during his commencement speech at Harvard University, he said, "The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail." This echoes Ibn Khaldun's view that societal progress requires both individual initiative and collective resilience. Zuckerberg's platform now serves over 3 billion users across the globe, many of whom live in Muslim-majority countries. By publicly acknowledging and engaging with Islamic thinkers like Ibn Khaldun, Zuckerberg not only signals respect for Islamic civilization, but also helps bridge cultural divides. This act, though subtle, counters the often negative portrayals of Islam in Western media and affirms the importance of intellectual pluralism. Moreover, his engagement with Islamic thought can inspire a new generation of Muslim youth to take pride in their intellectual heritage and pursue excellence in technology, philosophy, and social sciences. When a global figure like Zuckerberg reads a medieval Muslim scholar, it sends a powerful message that Islamic knowledge is not archaic or irrelevant, but profoundly valuable in addressing modern challenges. Both Islamic teachings and Zuckerberg's evolving philosophy emphasize ethical boundaries in the pursuit of power and knowledge. In Islam, technological advancement is not condemned, but it must serve the greater good and adhere to moral principles. Similarly, Zuckerberg has increasingly spoken about the need for ethical guardrails in the development of technologies like AI and virtual reality. As society grapples with the consequences of digital addiction, misinformation, and political manipulation, the timeless wisdom of thinkers like Ibn Khaldun becomes even more essential. He warned against the misuse of power and the manipulation of public sentiment, issues that are hauntingly familiar in the age of social media. Zuckerberg, as the architect of one of the world's most influential platforms, must wrestle with these realities daily. The Islamic tradition, which balances worldly success with spiritual accountability, offers a model that integrates technological power with moral restraint. Whether consciously or subconsciously, Zuckerberg's engagement with Islamic thought may be contributing to a more ethically grounded vision of the future. Ibn Khaldun, despite his groundbreaking contributions, maintained humility and saw himself as a servant of knowledge and society. This intellectual humility is often missing in today's hyper-competitive academic and corporate worlds. Zuckerberg, who started Facebook as a college project, has matured into a global leader who often emphasizes learning, reflection, and improvement. In a time when many are disillusioned with tech giants, Zuckerberg's study of Ibn Khaldun offers a counter-narrative, one of openness to wisdom from all civilizations, including Islamic civilization. It suggests that the path forward in technology and leadership may lie not in reinventing the wheel, but in rediscovering ancient wisdom and applying it with sincerity. Zuckerberg's intellectual journey illustrates that relevance is not bound by time or geography. A 14th century Muslim scholar from Tunisia can speak to the CEO of a 21st century American tech giant. This unexpected intersection is a testament to the enduring power of truth, wherever it is found. Mark Zuckerberg's decision to study Ibn Khaldun and his expressed admiration for Islamic teachings reveal a lesser-known but profoundly meaningful aspect of his intellectual development. In Ibn Khaldun, Zuckerberg encountered a thinker who addressed timeless questions about society, leadership, and moral responsibility, questions that remain as relevant today as they were in the 14th century. The influence of Islamic thought, particularly as embodied in the Muqaddimah, offers valuable perspectives on the challenges of our digital age. Zuckerberg's engagement with these ideas is more than a passing curiosity. It reflects a deepening awareness of the need for ethical grounding, historical insight, and cross-cultural dialogue. In a world fractured by ideological divisions and digital overload, the rediscovery of thinkers like Ibn Khaldun and the values they represent may help guide humanity toward a more connected, just, and conscious future. And in this future, the wisdom of Islam and the intellectual legacy of its scholars continue to shine, not only in mosques and libraries, but in the code and consciousness of the modern world. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love what's next. We have made several videos on this topic. Click the playlist on your screen to dive into more content. May Allah bless you.